Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let you know what jazz means to me. Again, this is Jazz 313 representing the world stage, showing you how America has put this idiom in the whole world. Right now, we listen to one of our Israeli friends, the great bassist Avish Cohn, and there's two Cohns with the same name. One of them is a trumpet player, but I just want to just show you where this music come from and how it originated. Today, I have on my E. I normally have the Jazz 313. This represents that you come out of Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Then it went straight. I have this map here. This is so important for you. I'm going to show you the triangle. It comes out of the Congo. Then it goes to Rio. Then it goes to the Caribbean. Then it goes to New Orleans, to Storyville. We are going to introduce you at a world stage of different artists from all over the world. Again, this is a Jazz 313 production. We want to give out a shout to John Conyers. But before we start, we want to just talk about in the Congo, the loki is a two-tone drum used to communicate phrases in their language. They can accomplish this because their language is tonal. That is, each syllable in a word has a higher tone or low tone. The tonal patterns that results in their speech are the same tonal patterns they drum. By communicating this way, they create drum language in which their vocabulary is always understood in context or phrases. That's how the Indians up in North Dakota use smoke. Music is a communicative tool. It's a worldwide contribution that was claimed right out of New Orleans, went up to Kansas City. Here's another one. We're talking about Switzerland. Some of the great, for those who don't know what Switzerland is in Europe, they have the Montreux Detroit Jazz Festival. They have produced some of the great, but this is an international. We've been talking about Miles Davis and the Detroit guys. I just want to just bring this whole thing in contextual, in a circle, in a 360. So this is from the Congo to New Orleans to New York and the world. But I'm just going to go through some artists that are internationally acclaimed. We listen to one right now. Switzerland is just a few years ago, this great guy named Coven Ballard used to play jazz piano in the Swiss provinces. Trumpeter, Eric Turffaz. You need to check him out. He was one of the first of the current generation of jazz players to break through in Geneva in 1960. He was influenced by the great Miles Davis. Another one, jazz musicians out of China, Zhang, Zhangxiaou. He's a singer and a pianist, big in Beijing. We can just talk about Eborn Stevenson. He's out of Sweden. ESBJORNSVENSSON. Jazz piano. You know, just to show you, it comes out of the motherland. It goes to Rio. In Rio, we're going to talk about the great Antonio Carlos Jobim and the girl from Ipanema. Then it went to the Caribbean. And when we're going to talk about the Cubans, you know, those of you who are in Detroit, this year we're going to have a great pianist, Cucho Valdez, the resident piano player. Just show you how this come out of the Congo and it's spread. It's a communicator form. This is the jazz. Another one, straight out of out of Switzerland, John Johansson, Johannnsson, Swedish piano player, very known in Scandinavia. Another great one from Helsinki, Finland. Her name is Major Lemore. She is a singer. She pays homage to the great Billie Holiday. Again, let me spell that name, Majlillennor, Sweden. To show you, Sweden is way up. I mean, that's north of France. That's north of England. I mean, if you look at the hemisphere, my map right here, this is the equator. So you're talking, they on the parallel, the 25th parallel. That's how this music is virus all over the world in a positive way. Again, if you like what I'm doing, this is Jazz 313. Congo, Brazil, New Orleans, Kansas City, Detroit, Chicago, and the world. The world. And I'm so passionate about communicating this message. The next one is my boy. He's a piano player. He's a Cap Verdean, the great, great Horace Silver. You know, the song for my father. International. That's how this music touches people. Another one, Japanese guys. I don't know how we missed the Japanese because outside of the USA, I've been a lot of places. Japan, Blue Note, the Brazilian Blue Note. This right here is what we do and how we do it. You know, in Tokyo, we could just talk about all the great piano players and trumpet players that's coming out of Asia. Those who don't know, Asia is across the Atlantic Ocean. I'm not trying to give you a geography lesson. I'm giving you a jazz lesson. Again, this is Jazz 313, giving you the love that we get back from you. The next one is from Panama, Paquito de Rivera, Donatano Perez, Billy Cobham, from the Dominican Republic, Michael Cabrillo, a piano player, Arturo Salvia. I can talk about all these guys. I've seen Billy Cobham many, many times. Mongo Santa Maria, Afro Blue, Dizzy Gillespie. What he did down there, Cuba, is in outside of United States and Brazil. That's one of the top jazz places in the world. I haven't been to Cuba yet, but I got to get there and listen to some of that Latin jazz. Some people like bebop. Like I told you, there's 14 different varieties of jazz. We're taking this thing on an international. Today we're talking about people from France. We're going to be talking about the great Stéphane Grappelli. We're going to be talking about the great John Laponte. Another great French piano player, Michael Petriali. I mean, it's so many. We talk about in South Africa. What went on down there? Argentina, Gabriel Barbieri. He was influenced by Don Cherry, Gatbarieri saxophone is another one. Antonio Carlos Jobim, I don't even have to even talk about him. Another great female jazz singer out of Brazil, and I just studied on her in the last month or so. Her name is Astrid Gilberto, Astrid Gilberto. You need to check out this lady. She can just bring it. A dynamic jazz singer. If you like this music right here, it's a little Oscar Peterson. Another French Canadian out of Montreal. You're talking about, there's just so many, Oliver out of Montreal. I could just go on and on and on. But anyway, as we close our international edition, we got some out of India. VJ out of India. We have from South Africa, Ibrahim. I mean, there's just so many that I don't even want to even rush and say. But look at this map. You cannot go anywhere in the world and see the influence of America's art form, America's true gift. Classical music, we love it. But the history of jazz comes out of Storyville. It comes out of Congo Square. If you're ever in New Orleans, get down to Congo Square. It was a variety of blues, Creole, Indian folklore that created jazz. And the boys, Fletcher Henderson, King Oliver, Jelly Roll Morton, the great, more popular Louis Armstrong. Right now, the baton has been passed from Fletcher Henderson to Jackie Biard, Doc Cheatham, to Wynton Marsalis. And there's some young lions, but we're talking about the world international. Don Hope loved jazz. I had a chance to talk to him in Hawaii, God bless his soul. He was influenced by all the great Joe Williams and Count Basie. So I just want everybody to know, from New Orleans, in my mind, the Mecca, Congo is sacred ground. It comes here through those slave ships. That pain, that toil. But here's the crazy part about this music. If you go to Paris, Billie Holiday, Stéphane Grappelli, Josephine Baker, the influence and the impact. This is my international edition. I didn't talk about Fela out of Nigeria. He was influenced. Omar Sharif, had a chance to talk to him in Egypt. That's what this represents today, Ethiopia, Egypt. but it's all about the music. Again, thank you for letting me bring this message, this international message. I just gave you a few. I can't give them all, but I would implore you to research this music. And we want to thank again John Conyers. And if you like what I'm doing, click, subscribe, and share. Again, until we meet again, thank you.